what is animal cell? So class, can you give me a short description of animal cell? Yes, Miss Luna. Oh, that's a great idea, Miss Luna. So class, animal cells are the basic structural and functional unit of animal tissue and organs. And why animal cell is important? So class, the animal cell is important because it has many functions, which give the cell shape, provide strength, stabilize tissue, and also provide mechanical support to allow the cell to move and divide.
This is an animal. This is also an animal. The things that all of these things have in common is they are all made up of the same building blocks, the animal cell. This is a diagram of animal cell. Cells are the microscopic particles that are the building blocks of life. And why animal cells called eukaryotic cells? We all know that eukaryotic cells evolve from prokaryotic cells, in which it is called eukaryotic cells because they have the nucleus and also containing the different kinds of organelles. For example, is lysosomes, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, and endoplasmic reticulum, and many more. They have different kinds of functions, and all of these are surrounded by cell membranes.
Before I play the presentation,
who can give me or who have any idea about the parts of animal cell? Yes, Miss Aviana? Yes, that's correct. Lysosome is one of the parts of animal cell. Yes, Mr. Savvy? Yes, that's correct. Mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, and endoplasmic reticulum is also one of the parts of animal cell. Who else? So if there's no one wants to answer, please do listen and take down notes about this presentation because I will ask several questions afterward. In this presentation, I will give the different parts of animal cell and its function. So first, cell membrane. The function of cell membrane is to enclose and protect the cell organelles. And also, cell membrane have selective permeability, which they choose what molecules comes in and out of the cell. Cytoplasm. It is gel-like material that contains organelles and enclosed within the cell membrane. Each eukaryotic cell has a solution of water and nutrients called cytoplasm. It is also the security system of the cell, surrounds and holds other organelles in place, and push out on cell membrane to keep its shape. Endoplasmic reticulum, an organelle that carries the stuff around in the cell. This membrane is phospholipid bilayers, same as the cell membrane. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum in which the smooth ER. The factor of smooth ER is the factory warehouse that contains enzyme that creates important lipids and also help the cell to detox all unwanted materials. Raw endoplasmic reticulum have a ribosome attached that helps in packaging and produces protein for the rest of the cell to function. And it also called raw endoplasmic reticulum because it is covered with a bumpy ribosome, and this ribosome makes a specific proteins transport in a small sac called the vesicles. Ribosomes. The function of ribosome is decoding the message and the formation of peptide bond. Ribosome can be floating within the cytoplasm. As the ribosome builds an amino acid chain, the chain is pushed into the endoplasmic reticulum and sent to Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus is the post office and processing of proteins, lipids, and molecules, and also sending the distinct product out from the cell. Vesicles is a phospholipid membrane that transport particles that move proteins and other materials between locations in the cell for further sorting and refining. Lysosomes is the basic waste treatment of plants and recycling centrioles of the cell. Lysosomes have powerful enzymes that break down cellular waste material and transport it out of the cell, and also lysosomes can break down already die cell. Nucleus. The function of nucleus is in charge in a major way because it stores a cell DNA that it has all the information of the cell needs to its job. The nucleus is like a brain of the cell that makes all the rules and law for the cell and other organelle that control the growth and multiplication of the cell. Nucleolus. It is the largest structure in the nucleus of eukaryotic cell. that lives or can be found inside the nucleus, the only organelle not enveloped on membrane. Site of ribosome biogenesis, because the main job of nucleus is creating ribosome or rRNA, which combines with some protein to form the basic unit of ribosomes. Nuclear envelope. The function of nuclear envelope is surrounds and keeps the contents of nucleus, which is nucleoplasm. Nuclear pores. Its function is to regulate the transportation of molecules between the nucleus and cytoplasm, only allowing certain materials into the nucleus in certain times. Mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell, an organelle that important where the process of respiration takes place. This is where energy, carbohydrates, fats, and where the fuel that converted in ATP or the adenosine triphosphate. Cytoskeleton. The function of cytoskeleton is to maintain the structure of the cell. Cytoskeleton contains thread-like microfilaments by the protein and thin hollow tube called microtubules. Peroxisomes are responsible in performing oxidation reaction and play an important role in metabolism that break down fatty acid in smaller components that are ready for cellular respiration.
Students, the presentation is already done. So now, we will test if you really listen and understood the discussion and presentation. So, who can give me the importance of animal cell? So, yes, Mr. Arkan? Oh, that's correct. So, Miss Natasha, why do you think animal cell is called eukaryotic cells? Yes? Very good. So, class, I will give a statement and you will answer if it is true or false. And the statement is there a cell membrane around the all cell? Yes, Miss Natasha? Yes, Mr. Arkan. So, class, both of your answer, Miss Luna and Sir Arkan, is both correct. Because the function of cell membrane is to enclose and protect the cell organelles itself. Short fact about animal cells. Animal's body generates millions of cells every day, as more than 100 to 150 million cells die for every second to a minute in the human's body. So class, that's all for today. Thank you for your cooperation and participation. I hope you learned a lot about the animal cell and its different function and parts. Thank you!